Hey guys, it's the Itering Weekly Update with your host, Dustin.lee from Itering Business Development Team. I'm actually officially official now, dustin.lee at itering.com. So you can contact me and let me know what you're doing and how we can collaborate. Yeah, it's fantastic. So I am excited to talk to you guys this week about some quality updates that we've been going through, some DAO governance, cross DAO governance. Like it's really cool stuff. Also touching on some, these hacks. We're gonna have Megan on here talking more about the security and bridging. She's more of the expertise on that side. We're gonna be touching on Evolution Land and Helix bridges, as you see here with the polka dot hat and the Hacker House shirt specifically for today. So yeah, definitely check out all my videos. Hit them likes, guys. Appreciate it. Like and subscribe. Hit that bell. Come on, stay up to date with all my videos. So we're gonna be here every week, Tuesdays, 4 p.m. Eastern, covering everything Itering, everything. Also, check out everything I'm going to be mentioning on the link description below. Everything that I'm going to be mentioning will be there. So definitely check that out. Very important information. So definitely check it out. We're going to be jumping here and showing you guys what is going on. So of course, itering.io. Of course, you know how it goes. Yeah. So we'll talk a little bit about the Gene paper. Hopefully the music's not too loud here. We're gonna be turning this down a little bit. Um, so yeah, I'll just turn that down a little bit. I don't know if it's too loud. If it is or not, so let me know. So I appreciate everybody that's here. I'm gonna check out the chats. It's official. Woo woo. Yeah. I am here. You're having a unicorn. Thank you. Appreciate it. So yeah, I wanted to touch a little bit about some aspects in the Gene paper. So chains, Darwinia offers a number of different chains of development, messaging infrastructure, dApp development, each of its own features and benefits. Darwinia Smart Chain, EVM compatible smart contract platform hosted by Darwinia Chain, is designed to provide greater programmability for dApps and cross-chain users. Darwinia Chain, Darwinia is a public chain that operates independently on its own consensus and security model with its core business application services, including cross-chain functionality of each application chain controlled by Darwinia Network itself. So Darwinia is a solo chain, actually. So if you guys don't know, Polkadot ecosystem, we'll just kind of go with the basis here. Every chain tends to go with a pair chain, but you can also deploy your own solo chain, which some chains, I just want to mention like a few, Edgeware, Robonomics, I believe is separate. They have a parachain they're going to have as well at one point, and then Staffy. So those are some few examples, but they're solo chains. So solo chains don't require a connection, but obviously the philosophy of the Polkadot ecosystem is to be interconnected, interoperability with similar shared security. So Darwinia creates their own security and then connected the parachains, and we can speak to each other XCM or LCMP with in and out points for the Polkadot ecosystem. So we're gonna go down here. So Darwinia Smart Chain. If we touched on that last week, EVM Smart Chain, Darwinia EVM has been released. So definitely check that out as Darwinia VM. So DVM. Darwinia parachains, Polkadot shared security of Polkadot relay chain connects to other parachains Polkadot using XCMP and cross consensus messaging protocol. So this is very important stuff here. We're connecting. Also, just to mention at the time, Darwinia parachain will connect to Darwinia chain through LCMP, the cross chain messaging protocol based on chain light clients operating between chains and independent consensus. So the biggest factor here is light clients. You can't express that enough. Light clients are extremely important when it comes to bridging, extremely important for security, and we'll be touching more on that with the Nomad exploit. $190 million, guys. This is needs to stop. We need to educate the community. I cannot express that enough. Touching a little bit about the crab chains, essentially the same thing. EVM chain, parachain, and basis of the substrate base chain. So that's CSC, CP, and CC. 22nd Polkadot or Kusama parachain slot. So LCP, we'll touch a little bit about that. Superlight client, which makes a centralized, highly secure bridge design that guarantees valid message delivery without placing trust in intermediate entities. Can we say that enough? Intermediate entities. What does that mean? That means stop trusting people. Stop trusting projects, guys. This happens too often. And we keep seeing it. We keep repeating this. We are not needing of these trusted bridges, okay? We need to learn to be trustless. That's the biggest factor here, guys. So we'll touch on that more, like I said, with Megan. She's the expert. I'll speak a little bit about the economic model with the Ring. Native token for Darwinia is Ring token. Can be used in network fees, collateral for staking, relayer, fee market, governance, and the mentioned Evolution Lands native token is Ring as well. So just to mention that, network fees include transaction fees, message fees, smart contract gas, and more. So this is just the basis of Ring, and Ring has so much use cases, and we don't even express it because the thing is we do not concern on the value, like the dollar value. We care about utility and use case, and we're just utilizing the Ring token in that sense. So when you see the intrinsic value of any token, it's not based on just a dollar value. It's based on the use case. Um, so supply, the Ring initial supply was 2 billion after initial supply is generated. The block reward year one. I don't know the math statistics here. I am not a mathematician in that sense. Total remaining issued will reach. Excuse me. It will be issued until reaching the hard cap supply of 10 billion. So that will take a long time. I believe it was like 40 years. I could be wrong. Um, so you can see here the total supply, the billions, annual inflation rate. So just to show you guys a little bit more about that. So here's a little supply quick calculator. You can see the total supply over the coming years within 1 to 20 years, and the remaining value remaining issuable is lowered, of course. Issued this year total remaining, so you see it gets amplified over the years. Same as inflation, it gets lowered because of the supply. So treasury and governance tokens minted after initial supply is generated will be issued through Darwinia's chain as block rewards. So just to kind of touch on not so much the block rewards right now, but staking mechanisms. So generally speaking, users are able to perform a proof of stake mining by pledging their Ring tokens. If you retrieve your Ring token from staking pledge, the minting will stop. Um, the unpledged Ring will take up to 14 days to release. So that's pretty standard, 1 to 2 weeks. Polkadot's up to a month. So that's kind of a bit much. So going on the Ring and Katon staking mechanism. Okay, so you can see here is the basic model on top. The basic model is essentially you stake it and you have a 14-day unstaking period. You receive rewards as you staking validator set that you have selected, your best interest, commission, whatnot. Then going forward here is the advanced model. So basically, you're staking your Ring as a lock-in commitment. So you take your Ring and place it in the staking mechanism as a commitment for 1 to 36 months. With that time elapsed, you receive immediate Katon rewards for your commitment. So if you're going to stake 10,000 Ring for 1 year, you receive 1 Katon for that year commitment. You can unstake it early, but you do have to pay a 3 times penalty. So essentially, you'd have to pay 3 Katon. This is a arbitrage in some sense, but DYOR. And then when it comes to unstaking the Ring, once it is able to unstake, once that commitment has been fulfilled, it is another 14-day unstaking period. So that is an advanced model. The biggest thing here is Katon is a significant addition to the power level of your staking weights. And we'll touch more on that aspect at some point. Um, so yeah, we'll change to just the screen. We have Megan jumping in here, but we'll have you on here in a second. Yeah, we'll have you on in a second here, Megan. I appreciate you jumping in. So yeah, we'll touch on some more here. But yeah, let's. But anyways, so Katon. Yeah, to encourage users to make a long-term commitments and pledge, users can choose to lock Ring for up to 36 months. In the process of staking, and the system will offer Katon tokens as a reward for users' participation in staking. During the commitment pledge period, users cannot unlock the Ring unless they destroy triple the amount of Katon. So that's essentially that penalty I was suggesting. So I will be seeing if I can put my screen back up. I don't know if I can expand my screen. I know. Okay. Anyways, so I'll have to configure this properly at some point. But anyways, so yeah, staking rule. So anyways, I just wanted to touch a little bit about the tokenomics here. Okay, going forward. So anyways, let's see. If I can. Let's see if I can configure this again. Give me a second, guys. Sorry, guys, about that. I wanted to get my face back on. So I have two chats going. All right. Anyways, let's keep going. So, anyways, we'll touch back on with a little frazzled for a second there. Anyways, Let's go forward here. So mentioned tokenomics, initial supply is 2 million. Circulation is 580 million tokens. So Katon is a little bit different. Um, I'm gonna turn this down a little bit. Oh my goodness. Okay. I swear I'll get this perfect one day. So Katon initial supply, there was zero. So the thing about Katon is that you literally have to mine it to receive it. So that means you have to stake it to receive it. Or initially it was available on Evolution Land. That was huge in the DeFi summer of 2020. For the longest time, there was about 30,000 Katon available. And after that, it boomed. So now they have 94,720. So that's pretty significant. 60,000 in about 2 years. So I guess roughly it's about 30,000 a year. So touch a little bit about crab. The initial supply of crab was 2 million, circulations 1.6, and total supply now is 2.1 billion. That's 2 billion. 1.6 billion and 2.1 billion available. CK-Ton initially, of course, same concept. There was none available. Circulation 60,778, and total supply is 192,470. So there's quite a bit more because Crab was completely available. The whole supply was. So it's a different tokenomics. Ring is, it's the supply is slowly being integrated, where Crab was like immediately the whole supply, initial supply was out. So it's a little bit different, and those tokenomics will balance out in a way that hopefully the community realizes the value here. So, anyways, I guess to touch on a little bit here on Ring. So, Ring is available if you check out Darwinia. This is on CoinGecko. Here's Darwinia Commitment Token, Katon, as well as the Crab token. Those are all available on the various exchanges such as MEXC, Uniswap, Huobi if it's a Ring token. So yeah, definitely check those out. And then also see Katon is available on SnowSwap. You can check out more about that as well. Um, so anyways, so just touched Metaprints that was released last week. So if you guys haven't got your Metaprints for Darwinia, definitely check that out. Um, Cross-chain governance, guys. This is huge. Definitely something that we are needing in the space. I'm excited to see the future of cross-chain governance. I think it's very important, of course, and especially if you're sending transactions to another chain to do, if it's governance, if it's cross-chain swaps, you can still be on your chain, but still message all the way over to these other chains. So it's crazy how this works, and I am excited. Appreciate Xavier as one of our developers. Um, yeah, and then just to touch on that, Polkadot did mention us about the first remote DAO management system. Megan was on that talk. If you guys missed it, definitely check that out. I'll be uh, giving the link. The link is not below, but I'll have to add it. But if you missed it, she did a great talk. You can check out my videos to see more. I recorded the session as well for her talk. Here's a July monthly recap. Kind of wish there was. Is there dark mode? Apparently, there's no dark mode. So there's no dark mode. Protocol updates: BSC Lite Client Palette replace BSC Lite Client Palette with Solidity implemented in the Smart Chain. So we're working on BSC. Excuse me. Enable EVM palette for Darwinia runtime. Unified compiled IDs in all Darwinia chains. Remote deprecated pre-compiles, including transfer, MPT, S2S, etc. EVM compatible recompiles. Pre-compiles, not recompiles. Start with 1. Stable Darwinia pre-compile starts with 1024. And unstable pre-compile started with 2048. Use dispatch pre-compile to achieve ring and Katon transfers from smart chains to substrate chains. Hello. Custom multi-addresses support direct transfer balances on Ethereum addresses from substrate chains. Hello. Clean remove uses RPC methods from nodes, including RPCs from balances, MMR, substrate messages, palettes, etc. Testing stabilization of the message, transact message for EVM to EVM between Darwinia and Crab smart chains through substrate bridges. Awesome. Darwinia and Crab runtime upgrade 1230. I mentioned that last week. Faster relay implementation of Bridger using pre-indexings. Check out version 6 and 6.1. Faster or 0.6, 0.61. The first release of Darwinia SDK for Solidity developers, check out version 1.0. Add remote governance palette. Use Crab governance system to manage Crab parachain through S2S bridging. BLS 1238 LIB. Solidity Darwinia POS 8 light clients. That's over my head. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not a developer by any sense. So anyone that does know, these are huge updates for sure. Darwinia ecology applications infrastructure updates. Darwinia has won the 21st parachain auction, guys. Yes, we made it. July 7.5% Crab and CK Tong rewards from Crab Kusama parachain slot auction has been delivered, so check your wallets, guys. Second wave of Crab Darwinia PLO NFT rewards has been distributed. Yes. So definitely check out your NFTs. That will be on Porgeria, .evolution.land. Crab Network UI UX content updated. So that has been updated quite a bit. Release a new version of Substrate S2 SDK. Guided Helix bridges through Substrate SDK. There is a lot of updates, guys. So definitely check this out. I'm gonna move on, but definitely there's just so many updates. Our team has really been working hard, heads down. You know how development teams are. They're just working. And I appreciate the team with the huge update. Appreciate everybody working on all our solutions and infrastructure is just, it's mind-boggling how far we've gone. So I'm going to go touch back on everything and definitely check out, it's going to be on the description below about the July 22nd or 2022 update from Darwinia. So Evolution Land, more updates here. So check out Evolution Land. If you guys haven't checked out portal.evolution.land, I'm going to show you guys a little bit about what's going on here and also kind of touch on some of the July 2022 updates. So show you guys here. So in the game, the map, of course, um, yeah, can't receive calls right now. Busy, guys. So you can see the map here. Just to touch a little bit about why the map looks like this. The map was originally version 2. If you guys have seen version 2, I'll just show you guys real quick. I mean, it's a difference. It's a difference in the map, but there's a big reason here that it is changing. The metaverse, guys, and you guys know and understand the metaverse, how I understand the metaverse, and it could be completely different, obviously. We all have a different conception of what the metaverse can be, but this is V2. V2 is more colorful, illustrious, amazing, right? But then you go here, okay, V3. V3 is what V1 was, okay? So V1, except for V1 had a cell shading kind of look. So what I want to touch here is that the accessibility is going to be completely different compared to V2. So V1 was just you can add pictures, you can add, hyperlinks to dApps and whatnot. But now we're going to use this to access the metaverse. And if you've checked out Decentraland or Sandbox as an example, or even Crypto Voxels, in this case here, you click into the land and then you enter the metaverse, right? So this will be an access point to the metaverse, 100 by 100 block ratio for builders to build on. So definitely a crazy. It's gonna be amazing. So, but anyway, so touch on this. This is a application built by one of our community members named Bruno. Thank you so much. He is asking for a compensation for him, of course. The snapshot has been set already, so he is on his way to getting his grants. So appreciate it. Here, let me. I need to change some settings here, guys. Anyways, so yeah, so you can see here, you can check out all the specs and everything. So cool and amazing, and learn more about this as he builds it out. But it's cool because basically there's different color coordinations that are common in it, common rarity to legendary NFTs to mythic or mystic, um, or is it mythic? Yeah, so mythical. So um, what these rarities kind of range from is depending on your stats. You can also see in the corner based on the particular chain, so you can see where these apostles are located. And also just a little touch on Apostle Arena. If you go and change your characters, all your apostles are available from every continent. It's amazing. There's it's crazy to have all of the aggregated apostles in one area to battle. And this is going to be really nice for anyone that's on Ethereum, so you can actually play on this side. So also just to touch a little bit about Polka Pets. Polka Pets are also available as well. So you can check out Polka Pets. For some reason, it's not showing their pictures, but we'll fix that. Anyways, going forward, D-Work is now being utilized for Evolution Land, so we have completely converted over. Seesaw Labs was July 28th. We had them on there. So definitely check out that talk with the AMA with them, as well as the July review, guys. This is amazing. Evolution Land's new updates, billboard and ranking list with portal.evolutionland. We're showing different, teams are in here. YGG, Darwinia, of course, that's us, but that's not us. That's separate. We're completely separate identities. Draw functions have been integrated. Um, Apostle Adventure has some updates coming down the line. I'll be doing some testing. So this is going to be the new look. I really like the look, guys. It looks really cool. Polka Pets are now supported in Apostle Arena, so definitely check that out. 37,000 tech has been added to the ranking pool for Apostle Arena, so definitely join, guys. Um, what is that? Bree on stage at Hangzhou in Buenos Aires, of course, with Crab, and representative in New York was me. I wish I submitted for a speech. Achievements, Evolution Land Web3 Games collaboration, and Darwinia X Evolution Land PL rewards. Of course, now we have our NFTs. Evolution Land and Polka Pets AMA, Evolution Land eFund. We had a THG Gaming AMA. Stay tuned. Also, everything is on the description below. You can see everything about that. So check that out. And Subscan, no new updates, but we all love Subscan. This is an aggregation for the Polkadot ecosystem. So Helix bridges, oh my god, I'm so excited about Helix. Oh my goodness. Seller bridge has been integrated, so now we can have Ring everywhere. Hiko, Polygon, Smart Chain, or Crab Smart Chain. Everywhere, 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 everywhere. It's amazing. Check out all information in the description below. Are you afraid that even the bridge is in this environment? That's We're going to be touching on that, sir. So, or ma'am. Bridge's new updates on personal account history has been updated, so you can check out any references from your previous records on transactions. So Helix is expanding, guys. Is expanding. It's amazing. I love it. Also, some docs have been released too for Helix Bridge, so check out more on Helix Bridges. I'll be touching more about everything after we talk about the bridge hack with Megan. We'll have her on just a minute. So hold your horses. We'll have her on. We had our open mic with Darwinia, so if anybody joined, we were just talking open discussion about the space in general. So, it's always good to join us. And GM or die, GM. We're gonna have GM meme chain, not quite parachain yet, on Friday, August 5th at 7 p.m. UTC. We're gonna have Gabe and we're gonna have Limo, and hopefully Berto will be listening in the background. I still appreciate your analogy for how to spend your money on the blockchain. So I will always forever use that. Evolution Land Versus, we had Jim from THG Gaming on July 30th at 10 a.m. Eastern. He talked to us and gave us a little history. And we battled to our death, basically. He was kicking our butt sometimes, man. That was actually pretty good. So check out our streams here, and you can stay up to date on all our streams. We had some really cool guests such as Lovski. We had Star Fox LaFlare. We had Bowser Stacks. We had Luke, IMU. And those are our guests. Maybe we had other guests. Not sure. I think that was it. But anyways, THC Gaming, and then also touching on the bridge hack. So I'll just read a little bit about the premise, and then we'll have Megan on here. So Nomad token bridge drained of $190 million, guys. This is insane. Why is this happening still? We are reinventing the wheel. Let's stop. Let's educate. Let's learn from our mistakes. Hundreds of potential exploiters, even some white hat do-goers who intended to return the funds, appear to have removed all the bridges 190 million TVL in just a matter of hours. Just gone. Poof. You've seen this again. What is this? Lazarus? Is it Lazarus again? And if you guys don't know who Lazarus is, it is a North Korean sponsored hacker team. State sponsored. But anyways, Nomad Bridge appears to experience a security exploit that has allowed hackers to systematically drain a significant portion of the bridge funds over a long series of transactions. Nearly $190 million of crypto has been removed from the bridge. Okay, all right. Let's get Megan on here. So let's give me a second here.
Hello.
Hello. So I wanted to get you on here and kind of see how your perspective is on this hack, because this keeps happening, and I feel like there's not enough education and advocacy for the space to have decentralized bridges. So can you touch on like how do you feel about this, and what can we do to fix this?
Sure, yeah. So it seems like another day or another week and another bridge hack in the Web3 space. It's really unfortunate that some of these hacks are really giving us, well, projects like Darwinia and Helix, especially a bad name
Mhm.
in the space because, generally, people only see the bad news. So yeah, it's really up to us to help educate everyone and um, about the difference between kind of cross-chain and multi-chain solutions. And basically, what it comes down to is these quote-unquote bridge hacks are all these, kind of custodial, federated, custodial, multi-party computation, multi-sig, even human key holder type bridges.
Mm.
Just basic smart contract with the security as an afterthought. So really, these are the cross-chain systems that Vitalik is very wary of and has been very outspoken about over the last year or so. But really looking towards the future. Hopefully, most projects keeping security in mind will be choosing more projects like Darwinia, IBC and the Cosmos ecosystem,
Mm.
and Polkadot's XCM in order to do the more multi-chain kind of uh, uh, message passing versus the insecure cross-chain solutions. So these like multi-chain solutions, I guess technically, liquidity networks like Seller and Connect could be lumped into that, but they're really just doing kind of atomic swaps.
Mm.
So if you're selling on one chain, they're pairing you with a buyer on that chain, and then you're swapping the assets over to another chain. So they're kind of cheating a little bit. There's no actual like inter-messaging or interchain messaging going on with that kind of system on the liquidity networks. But
Right.
looking towards light clients and header relays, we're really getting into this holy grail of multi-chain, high security bridge systems.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like we keep repeating this, using these centralized bridges, and and they might just add like a maybe small element of decentralization, but still not enough. And how do you think, like you mentioned about Darwinia and like the light clients, so maybe touch a little bit about how these light clients can help, like, and I guess, a little bit more detail?
So, yeah, and I want to touch on the optimistic part as well. But light clients do away with all the middlemen, whereas generally lower security bridges rely on an external validator set or a set of um, centralized or decentralized nodes or watcher networks that act as middlemen. They either um, these external networks are either secured by the protocol token itself, or some kind of staking mechanism. So basically, all of their bridge assets on these external validations are secured by an asset that could fluctuate in price. So with these kinds of bridges, as well as introducing external validation threats, if the protocol, if the bridge is hacked and the protocol token itself is devalued as a consequence of the hack, I mean, these insecure bridges or custodial bridges can completely collapse in an instant. So Darwinia, being a light client-based network, we have an external validator set because we're a nominated proof-of-stake network. But the ring token and the Katon token that secure our network really only protects the technology behind the light clients, and not so much assets that are on located on our independent chains. So the light clients themselves, in order to change the code, you have to go through kind of our robust governance system. So there are many different steps involved in getting code changes approved. They have to go through council, then they have to go through our technical committee in order to be implemented into the runtime. So yeah, simply because our network only hosts the light clients and not so much assets, that's one reason where Darwinia really excels in the security area.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. And that's the foundational layer that we focused on instead of just cutting corners and suggesting our bridges more decentralized because we can deploy it faster and just have these connections to other bridge or to chains immediately. For instance, like multi-chain, they can deploy immediately, with enough liquidity, they can have a chain connected within, a very short amount of time. Like our project really relies on the foundational layer of the security, and we care about that at the utmost. And it takes time. It's taken many years for us to get to this point. But do you feel like there will be kind of a pivotal point, or will we just keep on repeating this?
Um, because the nature of cross-chain bridges are so technical, I think it's going to be a phenomena that we see for quite some time, because not everyone is going to want to do their own research. So it's really up to us to help educate the community about staying safe in various different ways when it comes to, everything from custodying their own funds to using cross-chain bridges. So yeah, it really falls on us to help ensure the safety overall and the future of Web3 in terms of the cross-chain space.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe you can let our viewers know how to get started and what they can do to educate themselves.
That's a good question. Really, the cross-chain and multi-chain concepts touch on so many different aspects of blockchain. So really, just the more people learn overall about blockchain and various consensus systems and the differences, the more they'll be kind of adept at learning the cross-chain stuff. We've got a bit of a high-level overview in our new website, so people can check out darwinia.network. Check out our gene paper, which is a little difficult to find, but it's buried at the bottom of the developer documentation. But yeah, definitely for people that have questions, you can join our Telegram and ask me or somebody else in there.
Sure. Well, thank you very much, Megan. Appreciate your insight. It's always a fantastic to have you on. I appreciate your words. So yeah, we're gonna move on with the stream, and yes, I'll see you in the chats.
So I just before we just finish up, I want to
Oh,
touch on the actual like hack of what happened
oh,
with Nomad.
sure. Yeah.
So Nomad as a bridge. They are kind of in between when in terms of security overall between like trusted and trustless systems. They use an optimistic method, which Darwinia is actually very fond of, especially initially before we made the transition to fully light client based bridging. So what happened over there at Nomad? They've got this optimistic challenge system that within 30 minutes of a transaction happening, that transaction can be challenged by their watcher or relayer network. And for whatever reason, the messages that were being passed between chains were authorized kind of at the root level. So basically, what happened was, although Nomad is a quite secure bridge design by bridging standards, more secure than, say, just like a federated custodial system doing external validation. They're one step up above with the optimistic verification. But what happened was the developers, like this all assumes that the code itself is good. And what happened here was the developers pushed a code update on Ethereum that basically opened the front door.
Oh,
And although
jeez.
they had an audit performed professionally, and the auditors picked up on this front door being open and published it in the audit report, for whatever reason, the Nomad team didn't address it in time. So the audit was made public. Somebody just read through it who is knowledgeable and put the exploit to work. And then, due to the nature of this like kind of blanket authorization for a certain structure of message passed between the chains, somebody was not somebody actually like it was a free for all afterwards for people just basically copying that code and pasting in the amount of tokens they wanted and their destination address and
Wow.
broadcasting it to the network. So yeah, unfortunately, even though it was a secure bridge,
Hmm.
uh, this this can really happen to any project, basically, if the development team lacks the oversight to ensure that these kinds of open doors aren't published. So
Hmm.
yeah, it's really unfortunate. I'm sorry for everybody that was affected by the hack, but yeah, it really looks like um, it was a giveaway, basically, for anybody in the know.
Hmm.
So very sad, very, very sad.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always at the end of the day, it's the users that get affected, and like a lot of these are there's a lot of like insurance behind it sometimes, and sometimes it could be refunded depending on their incentives or like how they're going to kind of conduct everything. I hope they do something good. They do mention about the white hat hackers that were intentionally safeguarding the funds, and we did see this before with, I believe, it was the wormhole hack. Um, I could be wrong. Yeah, it was a wormhole hack because Lazarus did the Ronin hack. Um, they gave a lot of the funds back. I believe. I could be wrong. Um, but I remember one of the hacks. There was some white hat hackers that were, I don't. You can say they're good or bad because you don't really know at the end of the day. But as long as they send the funds back, but like, what was their original intention? We have no idea. But in this case, there's a lot of legality. The transactions are, mutable and they're traceable. So it's like, in the end, like it's gonna be hard to siphon these funds out unless you're a state-sponsored hacker team, such as Lazarus, where they can just siphon the funds to their country, and that's gone basically. Um, so, how do you feel about like this white hat hacker team that that are safeguarding the funds? Do you see that their intention's true, or what's your
Mm,
speculation here? I guess.
I've seen comments, and I haven't verified anything myself, but seen comments from some people suggesting that a few million at least of the funds were exploited in order to protect them. So we'll have to wait and see kind of like the final tallies of what happens there. But um, I think for the most part, there's a lot of use of tornado cash going on in the last couple of days. So yeah.
Yeah, such a. I mean, it's a great project in the scope of things, but like the broader sense, it is nefarious for people to use, you know. It's yeah, and that's the one thing about decentralization is like that's what comes with it. Like, um, you know, they can siphon out funds that have been illegally taken and put them wherever, send them to Binance eventually through Tornado, and it's gone, poof. But it requires a lot of education, a lot of preparation to kind of minimize these situations. Like, and they did everything they could, and like you mentioned, it was an exploit that was added later on, um, which you know is unfortunate, but it still takes that like um, insightfulness to really kind of pay attention to these little details, and something so small can become something so big. But yeah, but yeah, if there's anything you want to add, or
Yeah, well, just as a final thought, it just makes me really thankful to be part of a team at Darwinia where we take these kinds of things very seriously.
hmm,
Our mainnet's been live for a couple of years already now, and Crab Network's been live for even longer, but yet we could have pushed out a bunch of insecure bridges, but we didn't.
hmm,
So, yeah, I think just as a closing thought, I really do enjoy the way that we take our security seriously at Itering.
I agree, and that was what resonated with me, and that was actually I talked about this on I think the Kusamarian the other morning. Was the reason why I got in the space um, was because of the security. I only seen the ones that actually cared about the foundational layer, and that's what brought me into Evolution Land, into Darwinia eventually. It was that focal point of the foundation of security. Like all of this is just fugazi in the end if we can't protect ourselves, and the ones that are actually focusing on foundational layers, consensus level messaging, light clients, these are the ones that are going to be the staples in the space, the ones that we can actually have truth to, not trust. And we're in such a great place to be in with Darwinia, and I'm so glad that we've cultivated the people we have in our team, and like we're doing so much to really advocate for us. So yeah, thank you very much, Megan.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me on.
No problem. So
And by the way, welcome to the team officially.
appreciate the sentiment. Yeah, seems like I've been a
Nice
part
to
of
have you as
it's like
part of the Itering family.
yeah, it's real official now. I can wear the Itering hat. I'll have to order one. So, anyways, thank you very much, Megan, and we'll see you. All right. So we had Megan on here. I'll pull up my face again. Appreciate Megan. Throw on some beats. So we're gonna wrap this up here in a second. I did want to touch on some things here before I go. Um, so let's get my face back. Yeah, let's get my face. Gotta see my face. So, anyways, um, oh, I need to full size. All right. So many little things I need to do. So yeah, I did want to touch a little bit about this and mention kind of what was going on with the hack. So Nomad Bridge Drain, right here is 126 million remaining. So that was just kind of like, let's throw the music a little bit lower. Boom, music super loud. Anyways, so yeah, we'll be learning more as this unfolds, and hope to find out more and let you guys know how that goes. I just want to touch a little bit on the July update because there's just so much going on. There's so much going on. So, anyways, application apps guide version part 5 Crab CKton transfers between Crab Chain and Crab Smart Chain. Crab Parachain now is open HRMP channels with Kahala, Karua, and Moon River. Stay tuned for more HRMP channels coming out. Updated Darwinia crab and theme color icons, so that's cool. Added EVM withdraw and EVM address converter on Darwinia chain. Added fee market analytics page on Crab Chain. Excuse me, Crab Chain. I think I need some water here. Being so eccentric takes a lot of liquid to maintain myself. Optimization indexing service framework to enhance bridge excess scalability, implementing version 2 of S2S Bridge based on Darwinia SDK and completed test on development. Release Crab Parachain one-way asset bridge. Added Helix doc section, so I mentioned that. Designed implementation of personal records, I mentioned that. Aggregated the C bridge assets, so I mentioned that as well. Portal.evolutionland added billboard ranks, drill functions, PV integration is on the way. Polkapets is supported. 37,000 tech has been added to the arena. So here's AMAs. Wait, those are really cool. Wait, who did those? Someone did those. Those are cool looking AMA. We should get those ones in there, man. So yeah, a bunch of meta. Where are these graphics coming from? I swear the team is just doing as they go. But anyways, guys, I appreciate everyone that showed up. We have so many updates. So, oh wait, am I back? Am I back? Jeez. All right, let me delete my face. Can I get a less blurry? Can I get a less blurry? Okay. Anyways, this is flipped around. Anyways, we can only do so much around here in such a short amount of time on live. We can mess up, and hopefully we get it better next time. But anyways, so many updates, so many things going on in the Itering tech umbrella. We got Darwinia, we got Evolution Land, we got Helix, we got Subscan, we got so much going on, guys. And there's so much more going on in the background. We're having tons of meetings. We're talking to ecosystem partners. We're talking to projects building on Crab. This is an exciting time for us. We are at events. We're doing speeches. We're going across the world here. We're international. We are decentralized. We're not anywhere but everywhere. So, anyways, you'll be definitely seeing me in the central Miami. Hopefully, I can go. Fingers crossed, we go to the Vegas event, NFTs. I'll talk about Evolution Land and what's going on in the space. And man, it's exciting times. I cannot express that enough. But yeah, it is really sad. And everyone that was a part of the bridge hack, hopefully there is some insight on returns and refunds, and we will unfold this as it goes. Hopefully I'll speak a little bit more on the Kusamarian Thursdays at 9:30 p.m. Eastern, so definitely stay tuned to that. And check us out. Our AMA is Friday on August 5th, 7 p.m. UTC. And I'm not sure we're gonna have Evolution Live versus. We'll probably just be in Grey Hood. Maybe we'll have a guest. I don't know, and we'll see how that goes. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.